Hello and welcome to the Weird Record Club. So, today I'm going to look at an album of whistling. And I don't mean tin whistles or flutes or anything like that. I mean good old fashioned purse your lips and whistle. The kind of whistling that everyone does. But Roger Whittaker takes it to another level. So I'm going to talk about this album here, Whistle Stop, which is Roger Whittaker's whistling album. So Roger Whittaker's, I suppose he's a sort of a family entertainer. He started off in the folk tradition in Nairobi, but he had a big hit throughout Europe with his version of "If I Were a Rich Man," and then "Mexican Whistler," um, which got to number 8 in France. But he's certainly he was. I remember my parents had a greatest hits album, and he often did sort of very orchestral, easy listening versions of things like Streets of London and and other folk and standards really. But he also wrote his own stuff as well. But what is remarkable about him is his ability to whistle. His whistling is amazing. So if you want an example, you can check out Mexican Whistler on on YouTube or any of his other whistling songs. The title of this one is Whistle Stop, which is I don't know. It's supposed to evoke a train, really, but yeah, his whistling sort of goes up and down and between notes. There's quarter tones and bird impressions and all kinds of things. It's really amazing to listen to. So what do you get on the whistling album? Well, the sleeve notes ask, is Roger Whittaker a singer who sometimes whistles or a whistler who sometimes sings? Yeah, and that's a good question because he does have a lovely voice as well. But this is a real oddity, an album that's primarily made up of a bloke whistling over orchestral or harpsichord type backgrounds. Anyway, you start off with Whistle Stop and Early One Morning. So as well as the Mexican whistler, you get a Paraguayan whistler and a Russian whistler. He travelled to Moscow in 1968, and so that inspired his Russian whistler song, which has an accordion for a bit of Russian flavour, plus this sort of deep, lusty, hairy-arsed Cossack voices, and a speed up at the end. If anyone knows the band that I used to play with, that's the kind of things that we used to do as well. So it's fun to hear that one. So there are a couple of things, Elizabethan type things like green sleeves and so on. Um, Another one that I think was a single would be the Sky Boat song, and if you another one to look up if you want to hear what he sounds like is that one is that, and I don't mean the version he did with Des O'Connor. That might be a bit too much, but the solo version that appears on this album, just the way he incorporates seagull sounds and so on into his whistling. So I don't think there's much else to say about this album except that if you're only going to listen to one album of a bloke whistling, it's got to be this one. I'll see you next time.